WRI was set up globally in 1982, and so was my organization, Development Alternatives. So in some ways we were joined at the hip. I happened to be in Washington. I came to Washington especially for the birth meeting of WRI. It was in a big hall called the Octagon near the State Department. And we basically had a meeting of minds, and we could see that what WRI was planning to do in the global arena, DA also was planning to do similarly in the global arena. So we got to know each other very well right from the beginning. We were actually doing joint projects over those years, and we've had many, many meetings of mind together over years and years. So when WRI decided to establish its real presence, permanent presence in India, it was only natural that they suggested that I join Jamshed Godrej to be the first founding trustee with him. And it was a very, very important step forward for WRI and for India, because what WRI does is extremely important for countries in the stages of development that our country is in. Well, all over the third world, in the global south, the issues really are of eradicating poverty, injustice, inequity of all kinds. So WRI's insights on global resource issues are really very, very fundamentally important to these issues. So I think what WRI is doing and has to do in a country like India is really the nexus between resource use and resource access to the issues of eradicating poverty, bringing back the not only the resource base, but the future of people. Well, I believe that this nexus of issues that are global, like climate change and biodiversity loss, species extinction, on the one hand, and the local, which are the ability of people to take charge of their lives and improve themselves, are actually really the things that both Development Alternatives and WRI are eminently suited for, and I hope will continue to do. The experiences that we've had over the last few years, the 10 years that we've been operating in India, WRI-India, have been essentially to look at how to apply the insights that we've obtained all over the world to the issues of the city, transportation, energy, and even agriculture and landscapes. So all of this kind of issue is really to do with how do these insights feed on each other, the global insights on India and the insights from India into the global arena. WRI and organizations like it are the few jewels in the crown of civil society, and they need to be nurtured. They need to be taken care of and to be given a certain amount of leeway, a certain amount of freedom to think and to do creative work and to be innovative in ways that normal project-based funding can't do. So I personally believe that the greatest gift that the world can give to organizations like DA and WRI and a few others is to give them a certain amount of freedom to do things that they think are important. Well, first of all, I think WRI has to see itself as a member of the sector, the civil society sector, and responsible for making sure that the sector as a whole flourishes. So to one extent, it has to do what is not necessarily substantive in the sense of climate change or biodiversity or whatever, but functional. How does it basically help improve the ability of the civil society sector, the NGOs, the voluntary sector, the think tanks, do a lot better? That's one area. The other area is, of course, to be at the cutting edge, to be looking at emerging areas. And one of the most important emerging areas is the new insights that we have to go beyond sustainability, to look at resilience, to look at how do our communities and our nation react to things like pandemics that were not expected, and how to expect the unexpected, how to basically make sure that our future is resilient. You know, what a great opportunity professionally and from a career point of view to be able to work in a place that allows you the freedom to think about the big issues, the bigger issues that most people in bureaucracies and governments and businesses don't have a chance to think about. So I would say that if you can make full use of this opportunity to be able not only to commit your intellectual resources to designing a better future for India, but be able always keep asking, why not? Why can't we do something that no one else thinks of doing? And that, I think, is the real essence of the future of any young professional today. To be able to grab an opportunity like this and to be able to use it to make a difference in one's own life and in the lives of others.